bum bum, a boodle beep beep bum 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 bum bum.
I started tap dancing when I was 3 years old. When I was a teenager, I kept on dancing, and though I never turned away from the church or from God, I wasn't really practicing my faith in a really radical way because tap dancing was the center of my life. At a certain point, I opened my own dancing school, and then as the years went on, I started doing shows and national tours. One of the biggest was the international tour of the Broadway show 42nd Street. I very much wanted to be a professional tap dancer for the rest of my life and hoped to spend a very happy life teaching and performing. And then at 17 years old, God came crashing back into my life in a radical way through a great teacher I had in high school, and I rediscovered my Catholic faith. I had before me these two options, the priesthood or tap dancing, and I didn't know what to do. One really important moment for me on this path was the death of my hero, Pope John Paul II. At the time I was touring with the Broadway show 42nd Street, and I remember when he died, I began to learn, as we all did, much about his life and about that great challenge he faced as a young man between going into theater and becoming a priest. And as I stayed up late one night to watch his funeral with my roommate, and I saw the way he impacted the entire world through the choice he made for the priesthood, I felt well up within me also the desire to follow in his footsteps and become a priest. I don't dance as much as I used to. It's not possible in this vocation. But when I dance, I'd say the big difference is I dance with a different intention. I no longer dance for myself or even for the joy of dancing, but I dance with the desire to bring forward the kingdom of God. Because now when I go on a collar. And now when I dance, people know it's a future priest who dances. And they know that I made this choice for God, even though the joys of theater were before me. John Paul II loved to quote St. Catherine of Siena, who said once, "If you are what you should be, you will set the world ablaze." And I think whether we're tap dancing in front of thousands or in a seminary preparing for the priesthood in relative obscurity, we find the peace that comes from God if we're doing what He's calling us to do.